Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Royal Warriors, a Hong Kong action flick from 1986 that stars Michelle Yeoh, Hiroyuki Sanada, and Michael Wong. This is the second installment in the Line of Duty franchise, and as I mentioned in my Yes Madam review, a few years ago I did a video on 10 of the In the Line of Duty movies, which included a bunch of the unofficial installments and spin-offs. I'll include a link to that video in the description box below. Again, my thoughts on Royal Warriors are going to closely mirror what I said in that video a few years ago, but again, I want to give these films a little bit more coverage given the recent Blu-ray releases that have been coming out. So during a plane hijacking, a Hong Kong policewoman, played by Michelle Yeoh, teams up with a security officer, played by Michael Wong, and a Japanese cop, played by Hiroyuki Sanada. They are successful and save hundreds of lives, but, unfortunately for them, the men they killed have evil friends in other places who want revenge for the death of their comrades, and our heroes become targets for numerous assassination attempts, which come fast and furious. Can our likable leads make it out alive? Well, the movie begins with Michelle Yeoh just jamming out to some 80s tunes, kind of a nice lighthearted start, but don't worry, everything's going to hell very soon in this movie. The plot and the conflict are pretty simple, but it works. The good guys do a good thing, protect a bunch of people, and then the bad guys want revenge. That's about it. That's your movie. Most importantly, though, our three main leads get a lot of screen time in this, and the movie revolves around them, with some time spent on the bad guys as they're scheming. And that was my biggest problem with Yes Madam, and that was mostly rectified here. There's no, goofy sidekick characters that are doing their own thing on the side, right? Now, I would never claim that Michael Wong is an elite actor, but he's still entertaining to watch. There's just something about him that just amuses me, so it was nice to have him in here. There is a dash of humor and some moments that get a little bit cheesy, like Michael Wong's immature, naive character arc. And there are a few melodramatic moments related to that as well. But the part of the film that I laugh at the most is when Hiroyuki Sanada makes a baby cry. And that's just hilarious. Like a little toddler, and he's playing with her, and he scares her inadvertently. I just laugh hysterically during that scene. But yeah, look out for that one. But this is mostly serious stuff. It really is. The bad guys are sufficiently evil. They do some really bad stuff that, cross the line. You know what I mean? And I won't tell you what those things are. But it's just, the way that they kill people and the stuff that they do to disrespect them and everything is just, it's man. And that brings us to the action. Michelle Yeoh and Hiroyuki Sanada are in top form in this one. If you're watching this movie and you're not locked in and having fun with Royal Warriors within the opening 30 minutes, I don't know what to tell you. The film begins with a short fight between Yeoh and some Japanese dudes. Then we get a violent action set piece inside of an airplane when some bad guys attempt to free a prisoner in transport. That's a good scene. I really like it. Good fighting here. It lasts a little while. There's multiple face-offs. Hiroyuki Sanada looks great in this movie, man. He's still in his prime here. And his punches and spin kicks are, real fast, man. I would rank this as one of his best, action performances of his career. And all of this occurs within the opening, 15 minutes of the movie. And then you get a car chase by the 30-minute mark. Some good auto-destruction. A good foot chase with some hand-to-hand fighting. And a life-and-death situation at a construction site. And this is the kind of stuff we want in an action movie. It's not wasting any freaking time, you know what I mean? And it's giving you what you want. And things mostly continue this way throughout the rest of the runtime. Another highlight is a really good shootout fight in a nightclub involving one of the bad guys. And these bad guys are tough as nails, too. Sometimes when you're watching these action movies, they'll have your protagonist and they'll fight a bunch of, goons who can't fight well, and they just keep cutting through them, which I do like one versus many fight scenes. They are a lot of fun to watch. This movie doesn't really do that at all. You only have, I don't know how many bad guys in the movie, maybe 4 bad guys total or something in the movie, but they're all tough to take down, you know? So the dudes who like are going for revenge throughout the film, they'll show up multiple times because they'll try an assassination attempt, maybe fail it, maybe succeed, and then they got to retreat when the cops start coming, and it creates like a series of like mini boss battles in the movie instead of the typical, you know, just killing a bunch of goons. And I like that aspect to it. It was good. And then the finale at the construction site is rather inventive. It involves fighting, dangers involving construction equipment, and a prototype assault vehicle. Pretty hard-hitting. Strikes look very painful. But in all honesty, not quite as awesome as the finale in Yes, Madam. And I think one reason for this is that I was a little bit disappointed that Hiroyuki Sanada shows up during the finale, but he doesn't make a huge impact in it. I was hoping he'd, like, you know, go all out in the finale, but it's mostly Michelle Yeoh's, like, finale. You know what I mean? So just understand that going in there. But I do think the finale in Yes, Madam is better than the finale in this. But as an overall film, Royal Warriors just blows Yes, Madam out of the water. I don't even think it's close. So this is like a classic Hong Kong action flick. Like something that's just so entertaining. And it does not get really as much credit as it probably should. I never hear people mention this movie, especially before the Blu-rays were announced. You know, whenever you would hear about one of these In the Line of Duty movies, it might be Yes, Madam. Maybe In the Line of Duty 4, maybe. But Royal Warriors is like the gem, I think, of like the whole franchise in terms of just, you know, not getting enough attention. And I would say this is an absolute must-watch for fans of action flicks. And it's easiest to find on Blu-ray right now. So check this one out. I can't imagine that many people would be disappointed in this movie if you're a fan of Hong Kong action flicks. And as always, I'll see you next time.